Now it is the time for questions. These papers contains lot of information. You heard all of these papers, abstract. Now, naturally, I suppose that you have got certain questions to pose against those speakers. Therefore, I request the audience to ask them if you have any sort of problem in order to get this explained, not for the argument.
Yes, ma'am, thank you. It was rather a quantitative research, and data were gathered mainly from the Statistical Handbook of 2005 and 2007. That's on ordinary level examination results, published from the Department of Examination. And about 2008 and 2009 and 2010, advanced level general English examination. That was a statistical handbook again, published from the Department of Examination. And also, those were all quantitative. I mean, the data were rather numerically valuable data, all these results that were gained, and the percentages of the passes and failures, and what are the simple passes, distinguished sort of. And also, now, as I said during the presentation, there were two, these ordinary level examination results were from 2005 to 2007, and advanced level from 2008 to 2010. Now, those are the same group of students. I mean, no difference in that. And we also distributed a paper amongst the some of the university students, as well as some of the people, I mean, people who are working outside as well. Now, that was the one which showed about the four graphs, their competency levels in different aspects: grammar, vocabulary, comprehension, reading comprehension, and such. And also, there were interviews conducted with the ISAs from Matale and Anuradhapura area. And yeah.
Anyway, I would like to ask this Miss Gordon, I suppose. Miss Gordon. Yes, that's the English competency of A-level students after their studies.
Sir?
After their studies,
yes, sir.
In A-level classes, their competency is mentioned, I suppose, it has gone down.
Yes, that was during the advanced level exam.
Isn't it very, very natural?
So, I beg your pardon?
Isn't it very natural, because they are not in an environment where speakers are not using English for everyday communication. Therefore, naturally, their competency is going down.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. by those motivated students, aren't they? Yeah, yeah. Any other questions, please, if you have?
You had conducted a test uh, in between two groups, one from Aravala and one from Museus. I want to know when did you, because I'm a bit confused in that, when did you conducted that? Is it at the beginning of the year or at the end of the year? Yeah.
The second group, they have started studying English at the at grade 3.
Yeah.
So they were studying for one whole year.
Yeah.
So that was at the end of the year. I should
And
mention,
was
yeah.
the same paper?
The same paper. The same paper. The two groups are there. The subjects were different, but that was at the end of the end of grade 3. After
And,
one whole year.
related to the syllabus. The
Pardon?
paper was set related to the
Yeah,
syllabus.
how a grade 3 student can attend.
Uh-huh.
Depending on their knowledge, how they can attend to that. It's not too advanced.
Yeah.
It's not too easy.
Easy.
So, however, they can understand and they can attend the paper. It was not very advanced, actually.
And I would like to know also about that listening part. Ma'am.
Yeah.
What was the activity that you gave?
Yeah, it was just 5 questions, five simple questions, and they were read a simple passage. It was read to them, one simple passage, and they have 20 minutes. So once the passage was read, they can attend the questions, 5 simple questions, and after about 10 minutes, the passage will be read once again. So they can see whether their answers are correct, whether they remembered it properly. So after 20 minutes only, the questionnaire, the paper was collected.
I don't know whether I'm going too much, but I'm very keen on this. Did they have to write anything for listening?
Yeah.
I mean, words.
Yeah, that was actually maybe 2 words, 1 word answer.
Yeah.
So they had to write. They had to listen and they have to observe and write.
And what was the fault that you found with the spellings? Or
Yeah, with the spellings I found. And also they were not very sure because their exposure, as I said,
Yeah.
their exposure was nil. So they couldn't understand. Once I read, and then for the second time I read, what I saw is they couldn't understand properly. So from whatever they understood, they try to understand the question and answer, and also the pronunciation and their understanding. I saw the lack of competence in that way.
Because what I feel is when we give a listening task,
Yeah.
most probably in the syllabus it is based on drawing or circling or underlining, most probably that.
Okay.
That's what I asked you.
Yeah,
whether
actually
I
it was not constructing sentences like that. It was nothing like that. Just maybe one word of an animal, just 1 to 2 words like that. But they were very poor in that. That was what observed. Very poor in vocabulary, and also they are not. They were not understanding. So that's how
The
the interest
passage.
differs. No, yeah. So once it was read, they were in lack of understanding what was read in English.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am.
Well, this is for you, Gordon. And I totally agree with what Professor said. It is quite natural to, at advanced level, the results will go down. I've been seeing, I've been interviewing most of the students, about more than 2,000 students I interviewed during enlistment process. Definitely standards have gone down. There's no doubt about it. Those who have taken distinctions at O-levels, A-levels, either just pass C or maybe some have not attempted,
Yes,
and serious drop.
Yes, sir.
As a result, the consequences for us is we think that when the student join the university, they have some knowledge in English,
Yes.
but apparently it is not there.
Yes.
So that is the core issue that we face as today here.
Yes, sir.
So I tend to agree with both professor as well as though both findings are quite correct. So no problem. But only thing we have to find out way out, and the English department, HOD and all, working hard to bridge that gap which they have lost during A-level period. But it takes quite a considerable time out of the academic allocation of work. So that is the end results of it. Thank you.
Sir.
And to add to that now, the solution, of course, now was presented by Ms. Jayasinghe, the kind of testing that they have done, and that you tell that testing that you have done, and the kind of results that they had initially got, and the kind of improvement that we have made. And one of the complaints that you made in your this thing was that only reading and writing is given priority, whereas listening and speaking aspects are forgotten.
Yes,
But
sir.
here we are trying to compensate that
Yes.
by having activity-based language learning.
Yes, sir.
So apparently with that presentation, I feel that happy that now we are doing something to improve their standards. And only thing is the time limitation that we are having. Even within that, we have been able to do something. Thank you.
And add to that, sir, the dropping down of the fluency or the competency of English happens during the 2-year period of advanced level. The main reason is because students tend to pay much attention on the main subjects rather than English and the other non-compulsory subjects.
That's true. And connected to that is Ms. Lianage's case now, the critical age aspect. And most of the students who are coming here are the people who have started studying English after grade 3. So they have missed their critical age, and so they have not got the native or near-native competence. Now you propose that children should be given opportunity to learn English at the critical age. But now the government school system, they don't allow that. They start at grade 3 still. Am I right? Yes. So are you going to propose that to the government that you should start?
We give priority to the native language, that's okay. But if we are learning more than one language, maybe Sinhala native speakers to English or Tamil like that, we can see the native like fluencies gained during the critical period if they start studying the other language during the critical age. So I think that is very, it's a timely requirement not to delay learning the language at the later stages, so they can be equally interested or motivated to learn the second language parallelly. So definitely it won't be at the same time of the native language, no. So it is much later, but if it is during the critical period, if we motivate the children to give priority to learn other languages as well, I think it is not a matter to learn Tamil or English or French or Spanish. So that will be much easier than learning after being an adolescent or an adult. As she said, people learn languages sometimes when it needs.
Yeah. Did you in your research consider this counter argument that why do they allow our children to study only at grade 3? The counter argument is that their native language proficiency will be affected by trying to teach two languages at that age. So did you consider about that also in your research?
Yeah, I don't think that it is confused, because anyway, not at the same time we learn a native language and other, but we can give priority to the native language, but after some years, during the critical period itself, we can start learning one or two languages. So I don't think that it is, as I have searched, I don't think it is confused, or we don't give much priority to the mother tongue.
Yeah, so it is not our thinking, but we will have to do more research in that area, right?
Yes.
Because in the society, there is an acceptance like that currently. So we will have to have more research in that area and prove the case, right?
Yeah, but as researchers say, a child will not be confused even at the age of early critical age. They will not be confused with the mother tongue and the other language. The second language can be English. Most of the time it's English. So there is no confusion as such. They can manage learning two languages parallelly.
Thank you. And one more question from Mr. Gunawardena. That is, now you made a presentation on the French pronunciation difficulties of French learners, and you considered the influence of the Sinhala. And did you consider about the influence of English language? Because most of these people who are doing French here in Sri Lanka have a base in English also. So they offer English and French together. So at school they study English and then do French. So is there any significant contribution there, or any impact of the English language influence? Or whether is it easier for them to learn French because they have learned English?
So thank you for posing the question. So I'll answer, because now most of the errors were intralingual errors, which are derived from Sinhala learners, so Sinhala influence. But there were errors due to English, so I didn't actually assess their English competency, which could have been done, which could have improved the study. So I think it's a rather misconception that teachers use English in the classroom, and they think that, okay, the influence, rather the competency of English would improve their French. That is not, but because there were a lot of, not, I can't say lot of, but rather 4 to 5 phonemes which are not in Sinhala, so could be found in their corpus. So I don't think like the competency of English would improve the pronunciation of Sri Lankan French interlanguage. So I don't believe that. I don't know whether I have answered your question. Yes. Yes. Me?
Your knowledge of English wouldn't help your speech in French, because the French diphthongs and French sounds are far different from the English. For example, u, tu, like that, those sounds have to be pronounced with a specific effort.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Yes, yes.
So we have to emphasize those, we have to take some extra effort to demonstrate those sounds and get the speaker, get our learners to pronounce them correctly. So I think we have to practice these things, differently. Because maybe Sinhala speakers or Tamil speakers or Malay speakers, that is all immaterial. In the classroom, you have to emphasize the correct pronunciational strategies and get the children or get the students to pronounce properly. So I think you are very right to say that your English won't help your French. Thank you.
So now I suppose, is there any sort of question? Yeah.
So can I add something to that? Yes. So you said the first language is immaterial when it comes to pronunciation. So yeah. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. Then. Yes. Okay. Yes.
There is a program which goes parallelly related to the environmental studies in grade 1 and 2. It's called as activity-based oral English. So there is a set of words and some sentences which should be taught for the students related to the environmental studies. It should be done by the class teacher. Yes. So, but it's not implementing properly. There's a problem. It's not implemented. The teachers are reluctant to do because the teachers are they are very reluctant to use English. There's a problem because Sinhala teachers and that's what. And so if they continue that and if they do it, I think the vocabulary would be better when they come to grade 3. Most probably. Yeah. 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 There is a system. That's what I wanted to do. Just give you an information for.
Yeah, implemented recently. Was it implemented recently?
No, around 10, 15 years back, more than 10 years.
Yeah, but that was not evident in
That's the problem.
in the schools. That
Yes.
was the problem, I think.
The teachers, they don't follow it.
Yeah.
If there is an English
they
teacher.
might have been neglected.
Really.
Program.
Really, that's the problem.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. There are so many interesting questions because we are familiar with English. Therefore, if you are familiar with something, there are a lot of problems. You know. Now we have to thank all those presenters. Our French lecturer, Mr. Gunawardana, he presented about difficulties in pronunciation of French. At the same time, studying English, there are certain problems. Now, I thank you all these presenters. Really, you have enlightened us. At the same time, I had to say thank you for the audience. You listen to those things and pose a lot of questions which are very, very interesting, really. Thank you very much indeed.